Hey, welcome to my channel. So you're probably seeing these knockoff Chinese tool advertisements pretty much everywhere. And so Saker offered to send me one of these chamfer planes, but I'm not getting paid anything to say anything nice about the company, thankfully. So I thought I'd give this a try though, because I did actually get their Protractor for doing like trim work and stuff that was actually better quality than I was expecting. But for something that you're using for like trim and kind of construction grade, it's a lot more forgiving than a hand plane that's, kind of designed more for fine woodworking. So I'm going to put this through the paces and we'll see what happens. So I'm working on the tabletop for a coffee table right now, and I just wanted to apply a gentle roundover. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to try this out. The gentle roundover bit is what came already in the planer. So I decided to not sharpen it or do anything. I thought I'd use it right out of the box the way it is because I feel like most entry-level woodworkers who might be looking for this type of tool probably don't have the best setups for sharpening blades and stuff anyway. So quickly I kind of ran into problems. As soon as I got to like a knot or anywhere where the grain direction changed a little bit, it couldn't really do the job. So, I tried going from the other direction and still never really got to the point where this was going to work very well with hardwoods. It comes with a little attachment that's supposed to make it more stable, so I thought, well, before I give up on it for this application, I would try, putting this on. And it's pretty easy. You just unscrew 3 little Allen wrench spots and put them back in. So I still do okay when I'm at a place where the grain is just really consistent. But again, this area where I have a knot, and the knot doesn't even go all the way out to the edge, but the grain direction changes enough that I still was unable to be able to complete the roundover. So you can see by this knot again that the edge is just kind of chewed up. So clearly wasn't getting the job done on walnut, so I thought I'd give it a shot on pine, on a softer wood, and it actually did a lot better on softwood. I'm able to get a pretty nice edge here. When I flip it over, when I still try to do the end grain part of the board, it's a little bit more challenging, but you can see I'm getting some pretty consistent, nice shavings out of it. If you do have one of these, just as a quick tip, you really do not need to take the whole thing apart in order to change out the blade. I just unscrewed it until it came out and then put the new one in place holding that little wheel, and I was able to rethread it without removing the entire thing. So at this point I decided, okay, it did okay on the pine for a roundover, so I wanted to try and see how it would do with some of these design type blades that come with it. Now these design blades would be even harder to try to sharpen accurately, and this performed about as I expected. It pretty much just chewed up the wood, a lot of resistance, very, very difficult to get through. So if you think that this is going to replace like a router bit, it's just definitely not going to do that. So here's just another view of the final result. So finally, I decided to try the straight bit in this, and because I figured that will be the easiest one to sharpen, and this is where I might actually end up using this tool once I actually sharpen this blade a little bit more, because it actually performed fairly well. So I have a nice piece of oak that's really consistent, so no knots or anything that I'm going to be hitting. And, I just put it through several different depths of cut, and I actually got a pretty decent result. So I guess my main take-home message is that knockoff tools are sometimes, good enough for construction grade, but when you're looking to do a little bit more fine woodworking, oftentimes they're just not going to cut it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you are looking for a tool like this, again, probably if you're using soft woods and maybe just using the straight bit or the gentle roundover, it might be valuable to you, but it just is not going to be able to do much more than that. So if you like my work, please like and subscribe and have an awesome time building.